to press. You don't have to be in the camera. I just show you to press. Mm-hmm. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So first of all, I see Queen Sheba on here, Dwayne, some of my future Mental Health Awareness Month guests. Thank y'all for coming on. First of all, hey girl, hey, I see you. Thank you guys, first of all, for coming to the live today. Oh, my classmate, Icy Beauty, what's up? So first of all, I apologize for being a little late running behind. Y'all know I've been ripping and running, packing orders, and I just had to hurry up and pull it together. Because when I'm doing Magic School Bus Morning and I'm doing packaging, I'm very chill. Very chill, so I had to hurry up and pull it together. So thank y'all so much. Y'all know I'm a multitasker, so I'm always doing multiple things. But nevertheless, we are here. We are starting and kicking off our May Mental Health Awareness Month IG Live series. If you are new to following me, we do this, or we did this last year as well. And it's really just an opportunity for you guys to come in. Hey, Carol Morrell, I see you. For you guys to come in, for us to have a discussion and talk and open up and hopefully walk away with some techniques that can help us navigate life, that can help us stay in a positive mental state, give us some tools that we can use on a daily basis so that we can continue to grow, we can continue to thrive, walk in our purpose, and be the best version of ourselves that we can be, right? So without further ado, our first guest, Dr.Derricka Harwell, we have been friends for many a years now. I want to start by saying I'm so proud of her. She is absolutely amazing. If you're not following her, you're going to want to follow her by the time you get done with this live today and just really get to dive into her story a little bit more, how she manages her mental health to the point where how do you do that when your life depends on it? So without further ado, we're going to bring Derricka up to the forefront. Lauren, if you would, click this plus button right here and let me join her in. It's right there. Yep. Click that. Perfect. I'm going to bring her on up and then click accept. So let's get her in here. You may have to do it again. Okay, there she is. No, Derricka! Hi!
How are you?
I am doing very well. How are you today? You look beautiful
good.
and you're glowing.
Thank you. I do what I can.
No, you look
So do you.
amazing.
You look beautiful.
Thank
you.
You look amazing. You are glowing.
Thank you.
I know you use 7th Avenue, girl, so.
You know, all the time it keeps my skin together because you know your makeup will only be as gorgeous as your palette. Okay. So you got to keep the skincare together.
Thank you so much. Everyone is saying hello. So you guys see her username. Hey, my mom is on here saying hello, ladies. I see I'm Simple Winter is showing hey Winter. Make sure you guys go and follow her. Derricka, before we get into our purpose of being here today, right, which is shedding light on mental health awareness, tell my audience a little bit about yourself, some of your accolades, so they can become a little familiar with who you are.
Absolutely. So I am Dr. Derricka Harwell. I am one of the first African-American female multimillionaires in my industry. I'm also an award-winning, best-selling published author. My book is everywhere from Barnes & Noble to the Apple iBook store. I got a contract everywhere because I like a coin coming in from everywhere. Most recently, I just received an accolade from the Obama administration, from President Obama. I got the Legacy Lifetime Achievement Award. I received one from Biden the year before. You can kind of see some proclamations behind me. I have so many accolades for doing so much in the community. My main focal point is financial literacy in underserved communities that are not privileged to receive the type of education that we need. So that's my main focus. So that's a little bit about me from a career perspective.
Well, that sounds great. You know, I'm super proud of you. I share that with
Mhm.
you all the time. But I would be, it would be wrong for me not to also let you guys know, while you heard all of those accolades and everything that Derricka has accomplished, she also is a community servant. When I tell you that she is always giving back, I know for a fact during the pandemic and even before, she and her family, her husband, her beautiful children, they have blessed so many families with food, you know, taking care of rent or mortgage payments. And I know for a fact that she has done that during the pandemic, before the pandemic, after the pandemic. And she didn't share with you guys that she has an amazing real estate portfolio, but she
Yes.
does. So she is not new, what I call not new to this, but true to
True
this. So
to this.
not new, but true to this. So Derricka, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons that I wanted you to be one of my first guests is because I know personally that recently, despite all of the wonderful things you've had going on, I know personally that recently you were hit with something that was major and could have been something that tore you up mentally, to the
Mm-hmm.
point where if you'd allowed it to actually have broken you, you know, you wouldn't still be here. And I'm gonna try not to cry
Yeah.
because, you know, I talked to you a few times during this, and so it is still very, you know, it's a tough thing, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted you to come on here and kind of share some of the changes you had to make recently in your life, some of the things you went through, and how you were able to just really, because we know envy, jealousy is real.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that caused a shift in your family dynamic for some time that could have
Mm-hmm.
literally led you to depression. Well, I ain't gonna say led you to, because I know you went through some depression
Yeah.
because we talked about it. But
Mm-hmm.
talk about it.
Yes.
Talk about
Okay, I'm gonna get through this and try to keep all my lashes. I went through something very traumatic, and when I say traumatic, it's not a petty beef with somebody or something very minimal. It's something very traumatic where FBI knocked on my door and was like, "Listen, someone paid to end your life." That's probably the best way for me to just put it out there. And this was someone that I had never even met before, someone I had never had a conversation with in person, before, but we worked in the same industry. Um, Throughout the process of going through all of this, I'll give it to you in phases. When I first got this, I immediately, because my family and I, we didn't know a whole lot about the threat. The FBI doesn't give you a whole bunch of information, but we're here to let you know and protect you and, all that. And so, here I am, this powerful woman. They pulled up to one of my many homes, and I'm preparing for my son's birthday party thinking life is just great. I've been shopping earlier, spending money and all the things, and now my life got flipped upside down. So, I immediately was just like in shock, almost. And it didn't take long for that to turn to anger. And shortly after, the changes weren't as temporary as I would have liked, it went into a depression because I started blaming myself for everything my family was enduring. My children's lives were totally flipped upside down. My husband's life was totally flipped upside down. I wasn't functioning as the regular wife and mom and boss, and it really made me realize how many hats I wear. It's like, wow, I thought I was making this look easy. I was really, and when you shut down completely, that's when everything just kind of shows like, this is how much I was doing. This is how much I was taking on. And so I got into a mental space that I would be okay one minute and then I wouldn't be. And I learned I had triggers. I learned that there were things that were going to put me in a position that was uncomfortable. And so I'm trying to do this without getting too emotional. But it is, I want to be as transparent as I possibly can. My children were probably my biggest trigger because their lives are so different. I'm a homeschooling mom. And so all of my kids don't go to traditional school, but in order for them to have social lives, you know, Melody knows they ride horses, they do taekwondo, they do gymnastics. They're very involved, you know, to develop social relationships. And they weren't able to do any of that, you know. So I sat on the couch with one of my kids and I was like trying to explain to her why, you know, you worked so hard to get a certain status in gymnastics, and she was supposed to get ready to compete and, you know, all of this. And now we can't get out here and do what we want to do. And she just does not understand. She's like, I don't have nothing to do with this woman. Why is this woman doing this? What is going on? Why can't the FBI hurry up and do this? Like, I worked hard to make this team. Like, why can't I? So it was a lot to deal with. I was very heavily medicated, which was also a trigger because addiction runs in my family. And that's something I shared with Melody as well. I was like, I can't keep taking these meds. I was like, Mel, I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I went from crying all the time to now I don't have any emotions and I'm functioning, but I can't feel anything. Like, I know I should be laughing right now. I should be crying right now. Like, I can't feel anything. So I got to come off the medicine. And even taking them was a trigger because my father was an addict. His mother was an addict. My mother's mother was an addict. Like, I broke that chain. And now here I am being prescribed by my doctor these same medicines. So it was another trigger. It was like, oh, in my mental, it was a lot. And so as incredible.
Something really quickly, Derricka, and a lot of people, I see them saying they're praying for you. You were, for a period of time, your family was not allowed to leave the home. Is that correct? And when it did change, what did that look like when you could even leave for anything?
I had to notify whenever I would leave. Like, I still have messages in my phone where I would send, you know, the agent, hey, I got to go get my hair done. Here's the location for this. Here's what time I'll be there. I'll probably be about this much in terms of duration, and then I'm expected to be back at this particular house because this isn't even my main house that you see. I work out of this house and my main house is elsewhere. So now I'll be at this house, you know. So that was triggering, just the fact that I got to get up and go do this, but I need to let someone know because I don't feel safe. And even before going somewhere, when it was finally okay, for lack of a better phrase, to go somewhere, it was like, the reality of my husband having to walk, I have a long driveway, my husband having to walk me down the driveway, open up my G-Wagon, look up under it, just make sure it's not a way for anybody to live. Like, that alone, which it made you not want to go anywhere. It was just like, I just don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
You couldn't even talk about it, right? So we know that we live in a social media age where a lot of times social media is a place where we can vent, right?
Yeah.
Where we can vent, let it out, pull strength from other people who from that moment start DMing you, or like some of these amazing women are here saying, oh my gosh, we are praying for you and all of that. But you couldn't even go to social media. And
right. I was instructed to not.
To hold that here and only could share with close people in your life what you were going through and how your life had changed just like that from a knock on your door.
Yes, it was really tough to not, you know, I'm an influencer, not so much on Instagram. I'm getting better with Instagram, but Facebook, there's, you know, thousands upon thousands of people that are there, and this is my tribe, you know. And normally I share my journey. I'm transparent about my journey. I'm particular, but I'm still transparent. And so knowing I couldn't even say anything, you know, it was like, okay, all right, this just happened, and it's so surreal. It's so surreal. And so I will say I was so dependent on my husband and my inner circle. If you have a circle, love on them, protect them, I learned who my real friends were during this. None of my real friends was like, girl, I'm tired of you crying. Girl, I'm tired of hearing that. Like, I knew I could text Mel 911 at 3 a.m. and she would call me and be like, girl, you okay? And I could just cry, or I could pray, or, you know, it was just having those real friends, not just the friends you can go shopping with, not just the friends that look good in selfies with and matching clothes and, you know, all that. Like, I learned my real friendships during this season. Like, it has blessed me so much. I mean, so much. So if anyone has a circle, love on your circle, express gratitude for your circle, you have no idea how much you will need them and how much they will need you. Okay, like just being there. And my whole circle, I got everyone in my circle is wealthy. My entire circle is 7-figure business women, you know. And so everyone, it's so different when you have a problem that money can't solve, because we all just buy whatever and we go wherever and we fly wherever. And well, I'm on this. I would text and be like, hey, what country are you in, Nat? Hey, where you at, Mel? Like, it was just the norm to just have my circle in that aspect. But to see these powerful Black women coming together for me during this time, I know it gave my husband relief, and it also gave me an extra sense of security as well, to know someone outside of my household is also praying for me, is also rooting for me, and is also there for me. With everything that was going on, I lost 60% of my business because I couldn't show up. And so I
want to stop you right there for a second.
Okay.
Because you shared that with me one day and you know, you were like, I'm tired of taking these pills. They're prescribing me this, they're prescribing me that. I'm going through depression, you know. And before I ask this question and chime a little bit more into, as a woman wearing all these hats, and you said early on, I didn't even realize all the things I was responsible for and how many hats I was wearing and everything I was doing because I was just doing. But then when I couldn't show up anymore, that's whenever you saw, oh my gosh, 60% of my income and business that I've been doing, I can't even show up and function in a way to sustain and to continue to move how I've been moving. But I want to ask you this and share this with the audience, Derricka. At the time, you recently just had a baby.
I did. She just turned 2. Yep.
She
just had a baby.
I'm going to try not to cry because it really hits home for me, because when you think about, you just had a baby, she's only 2 years old, right? And this is supposed to be one of the happiest times of your life, when you are supposed, like you just said, your son was having a party when the knock on the door happened. You're preparing for a party. You and your family, your other children, and your husband are embracing this new life that God has given you guys. And just like that, it's turned upside down, right?
Yes.
Turned upside down, where you're literally in a place of survival. Like, I got to make sure that we all remain here, that we all remain. And I hope that I'm not sharing too much, but to know, because I've talked to you, to know that with this hit that came along, it was extra compensation if it was done in front of your children.
Yes. The person offered more money if it would be done, if I would be murdered at my home in front of my children. And I have 6 children, ages, well, she's not 1, she just turned 2 a couple days ago, all the way to 15. So it was very personal. And I didn't even know this person like that personally. So it was devastating to hear, because this played out via social media. It wasn't like I could get away from it. It, like, when videos were released, it was all over TikTok. It was all over Instagram. It was all over YouTube. Everybody wanted a part of the story. And so I just had to, like, go away for a minute, because no matter what it is that I said, it was going to be tied into this. Even if I tried to keep it business, it was still going to be tied into this. But to know that someone would be that hateful to say, do this at her home, can this be done within the next week? Like, I'll throw an extra 5 on it. Like, an extra 5,000? Like, wow, to traumatize my children, it's a different type of evil,
It
is
is.
how I would
And
describe
that's
it.
what came to my mind, just evil. And whenever you talk about, and you have to be very careful when you talk about trying to affect
Yes.
generations, because that request is what that is. You're trying to affect my entire lineage at this point.
Yes.
So then, yes, it's very personal, right?
Agree.
And just evil.
Mm-hmm.
And you literally went through trying to just wake up and keep it going from day to day, and trying to continue as best as you could, manage your businesses, pour into people like you're used to doing, even though now you've got a time that you need to be poured into. And like you said, you had people pouring into you, but in your heart is still community servant. So you still wanted to pour into others
Yes.
while you're in your cup filled, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get to a place where you literally picked up yourself and crawled out of that dark hole and began to show back up again as Derricka, Dr.Derricka Harwell, show back up again as this first multimillionaire in your industry, show back up again as, because people don't understand when things happen to us, it affects us emotionally, it affects our heart, it affects everyone connected to us. So I'm sure your children weren't able
Mm-hmm.
to get the same mom, right,
Yes.
that they were used to giving, because you were in such a dark place. So
Yes.
how did you get your mental back on point to where you could start back showing up?
So I think my turning point was my baby boy who's 6. He likes to draw because my husband's an artist, and he drew a picture of me with a sad face, and I was crying. And I had always tried to mask that from them. So I would be in a whole nother room or on another side of the house. And that's when I realized, like, I'm not doing a very good job of hiding it. Like, I have to do better. And so I made up in my mind that I was not going to let this come over me and overtake me, because I was when I tell you I literally, I wrote a letter and I typed it up, and it was a letter saying goodbye to all of my friends, all of my family members, all of my employees, because I felt like I had failed. And I typed this up. Even my attorneys, I have multiple attorneys working the case, but two of my attorneys, one I'm really, really close with, but two of them I'm really close with, I included them in this letter. And I knew I was just done. I wasn't going to continue. And I was getting ready to send out the letter to everyone, run me a nice bath. That was going to be it. And she ended up messaging me. And then Dr. Tiffany Williams messaged me. And then I think Veronica Baxter messaged me. Like, everyone, it was just like they could feel it. And I was like, I got to do something different. Dr. Marquita Taylor messaged me and was like, I heard you say you lost your business. You lost a huge portion of your business. And I know you got a husband, but I also know you, Derricka. You want your own bag too, to bring along with his. She said, so how about you come out to Yale? And that was my very first speaking engagement at Yale. She was like, she wasn't going to let me not show up. She was like, listen, I want you to come out here and I want you to speak. This is the Yale Black Women's Coalition. I'm going to introduce you to these people and you're going to make these connections. You're going to wow them and you're going to do this, going forward. Sorry, I'm all snot nose.
Oh, you're all right. I am too. You all right. It's all good. This
so
is
I
about release and sharing story and sharing strategy and techniques. Everybody should be able to pull something.
Yes. So I said, well, in order to get my business back, I have to start rebranding. I have to make sure that I separate myself from the situation and make sure I separate myself from the individual. So I have to make sure that I use who I am and what my abilities are. That's going to show this isn't me. This is me. Like, we're not the same. Okay. And that was the start of me showing better face. I can say that. And the start of my healing, because it was like, okay, from Yale University, then that brought me other opportunity. Then I spoke at the Black Solidarity Conference at Yale. And then I was like, Melody, let me come on your platform and let me talk about this. I'm trying to get back into my coaching. Let me show people what my abilities are. And Melody was like, sure, you want to go tomorrow? I was like, well, I'm not that ready yet, man. Weekend, you got the weekend. And it was amazing. You know, she was like, come on in, let's do it. And I got to drop free gems and just show who I am versus trying to prove, you know, just really showcasing who I am and what my abilities are. I've created 11 other millionaires, you know. I've done $1 million in 1 year, turn around and be multi-millions the very next year and teach other people how to do it. Like I have these abilities. And so having the women come together to utilize their platforms and resources to lift me up was something that was just a huge turning point, because now it's like, I can't let my sisters down. They bending over backwards to help me and make sure I get here and I do this and I do that. I'm not going to let my sisters down. Letting them down is like letting my business down and letting my children down and letting my husband down. So that was my push to bring a better face forward. So I started showing up. You see me so much more in December than you did in September when the FBI first knocked on my door.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So listen, here's what I want to say. A few things that I took from you is that, one, you were in a place that a lot of us have been before, where we felt like maybe we would be better if we're not here, right? Right? And just in the nick of time, there was someone or some people who reached out to you, and you paid attention to that and said, okay, hold on. God showed up right on time. And then you got out the house, right? Got out the house, because when you're going through a depression, when you're not feeling like yourself mentally, a lot of times you tend to stay in the house.
That's right.
So you got out the house, you went to Yale, had never spoken at Yale, did an amazing job, so to the point that they invited you to come back, right?
Yes. And paid me very well.
Yeah, and then it became okay, I'm starting to, you know, get back out, get back in the groove of things. And then you weren't afraid to reach out to people who could help pull you through this ride, through this transition. And I remember our conversation when you were like, hey, look, I haven't been able to show up for my business. I've lost income. Can we do a live together? You know, can we? And like you said, I'm like, heck yeah, let's do it, you know, and let's plug your coaching. Let's plug your book. Let's plug, you know, and that's what sisterhood is. Sisterhood is being there for your sister, even when you don't know all that they're going through. You may not know what they're going through, but showing up in a way, empathizing with them, letting them know that woman to woman, I feel you and I understand you. And let me take a minute and put myself in your shoes, where I'm a wife and I'm a mother to 6 children and I'm running all these businesses, and then I find out somebody's trying to take me out of here, right?
Right.
But I have been able to show up to work? Probably not. So then, for, you know, you to lose some of your, you know, ability to make money as you normally would, that sisterhood is showing up in those moments. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's an encouragement text, whether that's a phone call, whether that's, and you have DM'd me, I've DM'd you, so whether that's a DM, whatever that looks like, how do you show your support? How do you show I empathize with what you have going on? How can I help you? Right? That's what sisterhood is. And I want you to know, Derricka, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I am proud of you in being willing to share your journey, to share your story. And because I know it has to be tough, because it causes you to relive some of these moments. But I am proud of you, because baby girl, you didn't let anything keep you down forever. It may have gotten you down for a moment, right? But in those trenches, you got yourself up, you pulled yourself up with the help of your husband, you're seeing your beautiful babies and your friends. You got yourself up and did what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And here you are now. You've gotten your doctorate degree. You've done so many amazing. Like you said, you received the Obama administration award recently. Like you were, I think it's a leadership award, right?
It's a lifetime achievement.
Lifetime achievement.
Yes, for my work in the community. Yes.
Yes, yes. And so I want to know, I'm proud of you.
Thank
Everyone
you.
alive, we're all proud of you. And I just want you to stay encouraged. I want you to keep your head up. And as you continue to share your story and how you overcame depression and getting life again in yourself to be able to show up, may other women be touched as well. May they be touched as well. So look, I want everyone to go and follow her, Dr.Derricka Harwell. When you go over there, you will see all of the amazing things she's done, that she's doing. She has all kinds of virtual courses that you can purchase. She has a book for sure, I know, Beautify Credit. She has amazing content. So y'all go follow her. Let's love on her. Let's support her. And Derricka, before okay, so my bad, girl. So before I let you go, is there anything else that you want to share before we get off our live today?
I do want to say therapy. Black girls get therapy. It's okay. Does not mean you're crazy. There's a stigma in our community where, you know, we don't go to therapy. I'm going to therapy. I have a therapy session when this is over. So just to deal with any triggers that had made me cry and all that during this. So just be open to going to therapy. And if you have any type of belief, I respect whatever it is you believe in, but pray. Pray to whomever you pray to. I believe in God personally, so I'm going to pray to God, but definitely pray and exercise those beliefs in those times of darkness, and be open to receiving, because sometimes we go and pray and then we go pick up what we put down again. We laid it at the altar, but we go back like we don't trust God with it. So, you know, give it to God and continue to pray, and continue to be open for whatever the Spirit has for you. And thank you to my friends. Let me just say, I can't list everybody, but Lisa and Veronica and Shaquana and Natalie and just all of my friends, and Mel, thank you, just all of my friends, everyone. And I know I'm forgetting some names. I'm just thanking every single person, Marquita, for helping pull me out of this. And it's still an uphill battle. Like it's still, you know, understand that you may never be standing in a place of I'm totally healed, I'm totally okay. But just be grateful for your circle and continue to strive in your journey of healing, because that's really what it is.
I love that. Continue to strive in your journey of healing. Thank you so much, Dr.Derricka Harwell. You know,
I love you, sis.
Thank you for everyone who joined us for our first IG Live series for May's Mental Health Awareness Month. Make sure you guys pay attention to my story, to my feed, as I continue to post who's up next for our Instagram May Mental Awareness Live series, okay? All right, love you all so much, and until next time, thank you, Derricka.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Let's see.
Make my day. Early mornings get away. Rolling clouds we can't escape. Let the light break on my face. Oh, yeah. Stress can't find me today. Keeping my vision straight. Money on me, I got problems, but they can wait. Don't let the day get away. It's so beautiful, soaking it up. Feel the breeze, yeah. I let the sun just shine on me. I let the sun just shine on me. I let the sun just shine on me, yeah, yeah. Feel it. I let the sun just shine on me. I let the sun just shine on me. I let the sun just shine on me. On me. Feel like the sun is just shining for me. Seem like the stars keep aligning for me. Working it out, perfect timing for me. I keep one drink in my hand. Doses, I get true love. We pop out, they get cooler. Just let the wind graze my face and I let go. Feel the breeze, yeah. I let the sun just shine on me. I let the sun